Hey guys, thanks for checking out some more Sweetknives. What we got going on today is I'm showing you what I believe are some of the top 5 best low-cost knives that you can buy, period. I'll put these knives up against any knives that anybody has at any price. Any price. They're good knives. And almost every one of these is less than 30 bucks. With one exception. You probably can guess which one that is. So I'm just going to start from left to right. I'm going to walk through these. I'm going to give you the quick rundown and give you my opinion on what's kind of what's going on. This one here, it's the Mora knife. Mora knives have been around a long time. This knife here is a $10 knife. You can get this knife for 10 bucks. It's a nice fixed blade knife. This one's made in Sweden. They're all made in Sweden. This is made out of carbon steel. It's got a nice Scandi grind, which allows it to cut. And one of the beautiful things about Mora knives that not every manufacturer has is that they're extremely razor sharp. Extremely razor sharp from the factory. And this knife here for 10 bucks, it's an excellent knife. And some of the newer ones, they have probably hundreds and hundreds of different models. So this is a heavy duty hard plastic. It's got a nice sheath, really nice sheath. I love this knife for 10 bucks. You can't go wrong. Everybody out there should have one of these knives. You can't go wrong. You could lose this knife, you could throw it away, and you wouldn't even feel bad. And it's a knife that could last your entire lifetime. Second one is my all-time favorite. This is the Victorinox Swiss Army Hunter knife. And the reason why this knife is about $35 on eBay. You can get it for 35 bucks. And the best part about it is this locking blade. It comes with a beautiful locking blade. In order to release it, you have to press that down. And then it also has a saw, which I love. If you do any bit of hunting or if you need to cut branches, this is actually a really good saw. Love that. And then it comes with your typical screwdriver and bottle opener. And then it also has, for the hunter, it has the gut blade hook. Now this could be used for cutting seat belts. It could be used for cutting any sort of straps in a rescue operation. It doesn't have to be just for gutting a deer. But that's a super razor sharp edge on that blade. And then the best part about it, the toothpick and the tweezers. Those are two things that you'll never get on a $200 Benchmade. You got a leather owl, and then you got a deal for opening wine bottles if you drink a lot of wine. That's the Victorinox Swiss Army Hunter. This knife you can carry right in your pocket. Love this knife. I would put this knife up against any knife that's out there. And this steel, it holds an edge really well, and it can sharpen pretty easily, and it's stainless. I love that knife. Probably my favorite knife of all time. Next one, you got the Buck 110. If you don't know what a Buck 110 is, or what Buck Knives is, you should do a little bit more research on knives. So, as you can see here, this says 50 years, 1964. Well, considering that this knife has been around for 50 years, I don't even know if I need to say anything more about this knife. That, in and of itself, is truly amazing. A lot of knife companies, a lot of people that make knives haven't been around for 50 years, let alone a single knife. Yes, you're looking at it. The Buck 110. This is the knife that almost every other folding knife has been compared against through all time. And when they made the 50th year anniversary edition, which you're looking at, they added this special emblem and they added that special marking that says 50 right on the blade. Made in the USA. This knife has a lockback mechanism. You push that button and it locks back. For $27 at Walmart and online, you can get this knife. It's made out of solid brass pieces, and you got nice wood here. And comes in a nice case. Now, there's many variations to this 110. They've made it in every handle material possible. They've upgraded the steel, so you can pay more, but for the standard one and 420 HC, this is what you get. It's a great knife. Highly recommend it. Okay, the one controversial knife that's on my top 5 here is the Benchmade Gripilian. It's more money than all of these other ones. But if you do a lot of looking, you might be able to get it for around 69 bucks, maybe 80. But with that said, it's the best $80 knife, the best $60 knife that I've ever seen in my life. This is model 551. And I got to tell you, it's an awesome knife. The edge, the steel, this one's been used obviously, but it holds up well over time. And it comes with a clip. Mine's scratched. But the best part is the mechanism. It's got an access lock mechanism. Don't be fooled by this handle material. This is a heavy-duty reinforced nylon handle material. And the first time I ever saw it, I was kind of turned off by it. But I'll tell you what, it has held up very well over time. Almost everybody you know will say this knife is probably in their top 10 list, and that's the reason it's in mine. It's a great knife. It's held up well over time, and I highly recommend it. So due to the fact that this one was only 9 bucks and this one's 80 or 60, depending on where you get it and the deal you get, I figured I can include it in my low budget knives. That's the Benchmade Gripilian 551. Last one, I'm guessing a lot of people have not seen. Most people rule out buck knives. I don't know why. I mean, when they put out stuff like this, and there's other ones, like the 119 special, I just didn't have enough room. 5 is 5. This here is actually 2 knives, and it's the Packlite Skinner model. I'll show you the first one. This is model 141. This is a solid piece of steel, and it's sharpened, obviously, on this side, and you got a gut blade. And I'll tell you what, this fits amazingly in the hand. It's a fixed blade knife made out of 420 HC, and it's got high visibility orange. You're not going to lose it, and it's light. It comes in this beautiful, beautiful case. I really love that. And then it comes with a smaller caping style knife. So if you need to do fine work, this is the model number 135. These come razor sharp. I mean, absolutely razor sharp. Buck does some of the best sharpening I've ever seen on their brand new knives. So they just fit in here. I mean, it's just a super slick system that these knives, they fit into this case, and you have a nice case like this. This whole thing can be had for about 35 bucks, and you get 2 beautiful fixed blade knives. So with that said, you guys, that's my top 5 budget knives. Anybody can afford these with a little bit of saving up, and you can't go wrong. I mean, no matter which one you get, if you pay 10 bucks for the Mora, you pay 35 for the Victorinox, you pay 27 for the 110, or a little bit more, 50 to 80 bucks for the Gripilian, or 30 to 40 for the 2 buck knives. These knives I will put up against any knives out there. And a lot of times I'm reviewing knives that are hundreds of dollars. I mean, I've reviewed some really high-end knives, and I have a whole bunch that I haven't even reviewed. And these are some of the absolute best ones that I have that are under 30 bucks, or right around the $30 price range. You can't go wrong with these knives. And it's not just me saying it. I mean, thousands and thousands of other people have bought these and feel the same way. These are great knives, and if you want, I would highly recommend you try them out. Another thing to note, I am not paid by anybody to have these in my videos. That's a difference between me and a lot of these other people. I've watched hundreds and hundreds of videos. There's guys that are being sent all different kinds of knives, and they're pushing those on people. This is stuff that I actually use. I use this knife. I have probably 4 of these. I love them so much I use them. The Moras I use. The 110s I use. The Gripilian I use. And I've definitely used these. I have multiples of all these. I love them. They're great, great knives. You can't go wrong. I mean, I have an extensive knife collection, and these are some of my very favorites, and they're all not very expensive. So I will put them up against anybody. I mean, you can show me a $300-400 Chris Reeves knife, and it can't do half the stuff that this one can do, and that's why this one's in this list. So here you have it. This is a great 5 knives. You can get all these knives. You can buy them all in one go, and you'll have more knives and more ability with those knives than someone that buys one expensive Benchmade or custom knife or Gerber knife that's expensive. So you can't go wrong with these. I mean, 50 years, yeah, you can't go wrong. Mora, they've been around probably 100 years. Victorinox, they've been around 100 years. Benchmade, they're the newcomer, I guess, in that group. Been around since like what 1980 or something like that. I mean, you can't go wrong with these. Anyhow, let me know what you think. I'd love to hear what everybody thinks of these knives. And if there's some on your list, I'd love to see what you guys like. I mean, when you pick 5, you're pretty limited. But this is my top 5, and I definitely stand by them. I don't think that they're the only ones that are the best that are the top 5, but they're 5 really good ones. So thanks for checking them out. Have a great day.